This is my project bike for the year. It's a KX450 2019 model. I thought I'd keep this model because there's not a lot that has changed from the 2020 KX450 to the 19. So I've had the bike for a year already, and I thought, well, what I'll do is just really bling it up. I haven't done much performance on it at all. It's a 450, you don't need to do a lot to it anyway. The forks and the suspension was done last year with Chad at Chad's Off-Road. He Shikima coated the forks, as well as he put a hard coating on the bottom end of the fork as well, which makes this fork work really well. It's also got SKF seals in it, which also less friction, so they work a lot better. The shock has been Shikima coated as well, and the shock is amazing too. Both of these balances work really well. So let me tell you about the bling parts that I've put on the bike this year. Let's start with the top of the bike. Now I've kept the Pro Taper Fusion bars on them. If you don't crash, they don't bend. The bend that I like, it's a Ricky Carmichael bend, a little bit flatter and a little bit of a sweep in it, some of the bars that I really enjoy. So attached to the Pro Taper bars is the Zeta clutch and brake lever. Now these are great because they're the forward folding ones, so if you do fall off, they just bend forward and less chance of breaking them. Now the thing that I like about these is they still have the same feel as the standard KX450 brake and clutch lever, which I really like because they're a little bit small, a little bit thinner. So these are good. There's not a big difference from the standard one, which is thumbs up for me. So carrying over from last year with the suspension package is the X-Trigs rocks. These are fantastic. They do hold the fork better, which gives them a freer motion when they're working, so your front forks work better. And also, if you do have a tip off, your handlebars aren't likely to twist as easily. So another person we've been using for many years is Craig at Ringmaster. I don't know about you guys, but once I find something that I really like, I stick to it. And Craig has killed it this year with the sticker kit. I told him I wanted a little bit of old school with a new look. And that's exactly what we've come up with, like a 1983 work sticker kit with a little bit of blue and white put into the sticker kit. I think it's that little bit of old meets new, which I really enjoy. This year you'll notice the seat cover, it's blue to go with the theme of the sticker kit. Mario down at Top Line, we've been using this guy for umpteen years, a lot of years. He does an excellent job, and this is no different. The seat gripper seat is really good material, it lasts a lot longer, and you get great value for money. Not only does it look good, but it performs really well. Now something that's a little bit more functional are these fork bleeders that I've got in. All you got to do is push them down. They're from Zeta as well. This means that you don't have to unscrew the fork bleeder. You just push down on it and it lets the air out. It's a very important tip. If you want your front suspension to work well, you need to bleed your forks. So I've ran a mix of original Kawasaki plastics with Polysport plastics. I've put some Polysport green side covers on and also a green mud flap. I like all green, which really fits in with the theme of the old and new Kawasaki. And of course we've got a clutch cover from Force Accessories, personalised with my number and MXTV on it. I think it looks really trick. And as always, we run the Pirelli Scorpion Mid-Soft MX32s. Fantastic tyre, great for all terrain. Now going with the blue theme, we've got some blue radiator hoses from DRC. They're a top quality silicone hose and they look fantastic. Now at the back of the bike, we're still running the RK chain and sprockets. They've held up really well through the year. I've put about 20 hours, maybe 25 hours on them. Don't have to replace those. But what I have replaced is I've put a Polysport chain guide on it. Now that's a little bit chunkier, a little bit thicker, and I think I'll get a bit more life out of it. So what keeps me planted on the bike is a States MX foot pegs. They're a titanium foot peg, and they do hold their sharpness as well. I really like these pegs. So there you go. Most of the parts on the bike this year are just bling and customized to the look that I want it to look like. Now on the performance side of it, we've got a full system from HGS down from Steve at Cisco's Race Tuning, which I think is going to be amazing. I can't wait to try that out. Both Cam and I run Power Plus fuels. We don't run any higher octane, it's 99 plus. It's just a much cleaner fuel. So I think it's time to get out and try this bad boy and see what it's like. It obviously looks good, but we want to know how it goes with the new exhaust system. So after riding the bike, what can I say? It is a really good package. The KX450 in stock trim is a very good bike. Now the only thing that I've done for performance on this bike is put the HGS system on it, and that's worked really well. It's given it a lot broader power. It's got a lot more over rev, that's for sure. That's what I've found probably the most, is it's a lot more over rev in it now, but it's still got a nice broad power all the way through it. Chad doing the magic that he does on his suspension. The rear end sits well, the front end sits pretty good. We're gonna fine tune the suspension, because that's all you need to do to modern bikes these days, especially 4-strokes, is get that suspension working really well. The only other difference on this bike is the levers. They didn't feel any different to stock, which was good for me because I really liked the stock levers, and these levers worked quite well. So what I wanted to achieve on this year's project bike was the look of it, and I think I've achieved that. I wanted a bit of retro with new, and I think that's come across really well. The HGS system's a great addition, and of course the bike is super comfortable and fits me like a glove. All I got to do now is put more hours in the saddle, and I can't wait to do that.